In the heart of Cardinia's capital, within the stately assembly hall, where the royalist faction gathered under towering arches and banners flaunting the king's insignia, a subtle tension hung like a faint haze. The chamber buzzed with softly murmuring nobles clad in elegant attire, each filled with a blend of intrigue, disbelief, and uneasiness. At the room's core sat the Rotania army's supreme commander, his face twisted with frustration. He was stunned. Baron Fenris, that had actually triumphed. He had defeated Count Capali, a man famed throughout the lands as the Iron Fortress's master, a fortress believed to be unyielding for 100 years. Even veteran generals had sworn that Capali's stronghold was nearly impregnable. Yet somehow Baron Fenris, young, little known, and often overlooked, had shattered it. The nobles exchanged whispers. One leaned in, lightly fanning himself as he remarked, "I never suspected Baron Fenris held such exceptional military skill." His eyes remained wide, still grappling with the reality. Another noble nodded eagerly, adding, "Indeed, one should not judge by appearances alone." Their tones sounded less like praise for Fenris and more like surprise that their prior assumptions proved wrong. Rosalind, who had remained quiet until now, lifted her eyes. Calmly, she remarked, "Besides, it said Baron Fenris seized the fortress in a full-scale clash, and Count Capali refused to surrender." Her statement attracted interest. Lord Gisland showed outstanding skill during the siege of Pertium, so his military strength is unquestionable. The Supreme Commander's irritation flared again. His brows twitched as he snapped, "That's impossible. It was mere luck." Had the Great Famine not struck, Gisland would never have won so simply. His voice suggested the idea of Gisland's merit was a personal affront. The High Judge chuckled at the commander's outburst. "Isn't it amusing?" he said with a sly smile, "that you act as if that's a problem." He shrugged nonchalantly. "What truly matters is that Baron Fenris emerged victorious." Amid the arguing, one figure stayed unusually quiet. Marquis Burford, the royalist faction's leader, wore a calm, unreadable expression standing apart from the noisy room. After a thoughtful pause, the Mark finally broke the silence. His voice sliced through the murmurs sharply. "Tullio," he said, addressing his Knight Commander behind him. Knight Commander Tullio replied without delay. "They remain silent, my lord." The Supreme Commander scoffed loudly. "Silent, huh? I invested much effort deploying the kingdom's troops along the route to Capali's fortress, and now it's all wasted." Count Alsbury, older and serene, commented, "We've gained plenty from this season's harvest," suggesting the political gain alone justified the effort. Then the High Judge added, "And now that it's clear Count Capali was backed by the Duke's family, for now it will be tough for them to step in." His tone carried satisfaction, as if he relished the political stakes more than the battle's success itself. Rosalind sighed quietly at this. She thought silently, "If Count Desmond had acted because of this, we would know he's not a neutral noble, but firmly in the Duke family's camp. That truth would have told us a lot, yet Desmond's silence only deepened the confusion." Marquis Burford stood up, drawing all eyes. "It's too soon to jump to conclusions." He stated, "With Baron Fenris's victory, our sway the king's loyal faction will spread further north. True, our military strength has grown, but the Duke family won't just watch." His voice rang with warning. "Stay vigilant, always." He then ended the meeting for the day. As nobles trickled out, Count Alsbury muttered Marquis the same as ever. A big win after all this waiting, and he didn't even crack a smile. The High Judge chuckled, replying, "That cold edge is why he's led the king's loyalists for so long." Marquis Burford stepped outside his cloak, billowing. He glanced at Rosalind. "You're coming with me," he said simply. Just as she moved to follow, something caught her eye. She studied her father's face closely. After what felt like forever, the usual chill there had softened just a bit. The realization hit her like sunlight through clouds. He's happy, she thought, her heart bursting with joy. Meanwhile, far north of Rotania, near Capaldi's fortress, a group of mercenaries sped along the rough path. Their horses kicked up dust as they moved swiftly. Behind one rider clutched a young priestess, her brows drawn tight with worry. "Squad leader Max," she called nervously. "Isn't it too quiet here for a war zone?" Max glanced around lazily. "Maybe," he said. "Fenris's forces have already been wiped out." The priestess gasped, alarmed. "What about our mission then? Lady Mariel and Marquis Burford sent us to rescue Baron Fenris. If we come back empty, I can't face those ladies." Max clicked his tongue in irritation. Why fret over nonsense? What can we do if Baron Fenris started this reckless war and couldn't hold his ground? The priestess started to speak, but Max cut her off. That's her problem, not ours. We're mercenaries. We work only for our pay, so don't stress too much. He shrugged, trying to hide his own growing unease. As they neared Capaldi lands, a scout ahead shouted, pointing. Look! They reined in, stunned by the sight. Gizland knights were organizing Capaldi's people in a line. Enough food for all the night, loudly declared. No cutting in line. The new lord promises no one will go hungry for now. Step forward and claim your share. A ripple of stunned whispers swept through the starving crowd. Slowly, they lined up, eyes wide with disbelief. As they received bread, grains, and vegetables, tears streamed down their faces. Some dropped to their knees, overwhelmed. I can't believe the new lord is showing mercy, one breathed. Are those awful days of constant taking finally behind us? Another wondered aloud. No more forced labor, maybe a third, mumbled voice shaking. Nearby, Alfoy struggled to lift a single log. Galberic crossed his arms and sneered. You're too weak. Can you even carry a load properly? Alfoy's face flushed with anger. Damn, dwarf. I'm not just some laborer. I was once a mage. As Max and the priestess approached, they noticed people cleaning the bloodied battlefield. Max's jaw dropped. Is the war really over? He murmured. The priestess twitched her ears, hearing, How much loot was Count Capali hiding? A knight replied, Inside the fortress, there's only gold coins, art, and valuables. Claude nearly skipped with excitement, shouting, Plus, the armory has advanced weapons and iron ore. The priestess swallowed, shocked. Looted gold wasn't what she had expected. Max started sweating as reality hit him. Fenris had won. But before he could fully grasp it, a deep voice thundered behind them. Strange faces turned sharply to see Jillian towering like a mountain. His huge shadow fell over them. Max and the priestess froze, fear gripping their hearts. Gillian narrowed his eyes. State your name and allegiance, he commanded coldly. The scene shifted to Capali's fortress. Gillian pushed open the great doors of the grand hall, revealing Ghislain standing calmly in the center. Gillian led Max and the priestess inside. Both guests were clearly tense. Calling Ghislain, Sir Gillian said, guests from the capital. As Ghislain faced them, Max's mercenary instincts blared warnings deep inside. That presence, that scent, Max thought. Years of missions taught him to judge a person by their aura. Ghislain carried the unmistakable scent of dried blood and rigid discipline. No doubt about it. This man is Baron Fenris. Ghislain asked smoothly, Who are you? Max and the priestess bowed. Max spoke, voice trembling slightly. It's an honor to meet Sir Baron Fenris. My name is Max. I was sent by Marquis Burford. I'm here to rescue Baron Fenris at any cost if he were in danger. Ghislain seemed mildly pleased. I see. The Marquis came to my aid, but then his look shifted a bit. You are late. Max panicked. We hurried the mission as fast as possible, but we never expected the war to end so soon. He nervously rubbed his hands. Then we'll head back now before he finishes, Ghislain cut in. Where are you going?